How's it going, lovely people? Hope you're well and welcome back to another summer daily news show. My name is Callum, representing Team Kop-Ish. Before we go any further though, please guys, do remember to smash the like button and share this video. Right, so let's get straight into it, people. Couple of things on the agenda today. First and foremost, I'm going to start with two Wolverhampton Wanderers players who have been loosely linked with a move to Liverpool in the past, but are probably going to be linked a lot heavier given the next bit of news that I'm going to tell you. So apparently these two players have been put up for sale. So the first player is Adama Traore, so the Spanish beast of a winger who is about as strong as it gets and about as quick as it gets. Obviously, Drifty on the channel here is a big fan of Adama Traore. Me and Matt rate him, but not as highly as Drifty. But apparently he is available for sale this summer, which I think is a bit of a weird one because he's one of Wolves' better players. But there's a lot of things going on at Wolves that we're not privy to, especially with Nuno moving on as well. So the second player is a player who probably will be linked quite heavily to Liverpool, given that we've just lost Gini Wijnaldum, is Ruben Neves. So Ruben Neves is apparently another player who's been put up for sale that Wolves are looking to offload. Again, very shocking that they'd look to offload him. He joined when they were in the Championship and he played really well for them. Did a lot of good in the Premier League for them as well. He's one of the better midfielders in the Premier League. I think he gets into a lot of teams, or a lot of squads, should I say, in the Premier League. So it'd be very interesting to see what happens with those two players over the course of the transfer window. I don't personally think I would take either player. I think both players are very good, especially Neves. I'm a big Neves fan, but I don't think I would take him at Liverpool. I think we need a slightly different type of midfielder to Ruben Neves. But as a footballer, I rate him highly. In terms of Adama Traore, it's that case of if Klopp can get the best out of him, then he can be unstoppable. But I'm not in a position where I think we should be taking the risk right now, personally, to try and get someone like that. I think we should be getting someone in a bit more ready-made, someone who fits the system a little bit better, and someone who's a bit more versatile. As good as Adama Traore's attributes are, I think he can go missing in games. I don't think his final delivery is as good as it can be. So that's my thoughts, people. I'd love to know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. So let me know. Would you want us to sign or go in for Ruben Neves and or Adama Traore? Let me know in the comments below, people. Now, moving on to another player who's not necessarily been linked to Liverpool. However, when one of your ex-strikers, and not just an ex-striker, a legend of the club in Robbie Fowler, speaks about a player, you should really listen. Whether we agree with it or not, it remains to be seen. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments below. But Robbie Fowler's come out and said that Ollie Watkins of Aston Villa is a Klopp type of player and that Liverpool should be looking at him this summer. Now, Ollie Watkins obviously famously scored a hat-trick against Liverpool in the 7-2 loss last season. And he looked very good throughout the season. Again, not the complete article. And also, he's going to cost an arm and a leg. He only moved to Villa last season. I think that's for around 30 mil. Plus, add on to the fact he had a good season. Add on to the fact that he's English as well. He would not go, in my opinion, for anything less than sort of 60 mil. I would want a much higher caliber striker for 60 mil personally. I'm not saying I don't think Ollie Watkins is good. I think he is good. But for 60 mil, I want creme de la creme. If for 60 mil, I'd be willing to push up to 80 mil and try and get someone like Lautaro Martinez, for example, rather than 60 mil for Ollie Watkins. But again, if Klopp were to get his hands on him, you never know how he could develop as a striker. Robbie Fowler's obviously a world-class striker in his own right, and him looking at talent says a lot. And maybe we are overlooking someone like Ollie Watkins. And again, since the news of Daka seeming to be secured to go to Leicester, I mean, is this a player we should actually now be looking at? Many people wanted Daka. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. And I ask you, I mean, all those people who wanted Daka, is he better than Ollie Watkins? Because personally, I don't think he is. I think Ollie Watkins is better than Patson Daka. But again, that's all down for debate and opinions. But again, people, I'd love for you to let me know in the comments below. Do you think we should go in for Ollie Watkins? Yes or no? All right, now on to a couple of academy graduates at Liverpool. So first and foremost, REMI Savage. If you're not familiar with him, he's a left back and a centre back who plays for the under-23s. Last season, I thought he enjoyed a very good season for the under-23s, actually. He plays sometimes next to Sepp Vandenberg, and to be honest, I think he always looked better than Sepp. However, it looks as though Liverpool are going to be losing him on a free, apparently £250,000 worth of compensation money, but Newcastle seem like they're going to be the one who capture his signature. And for me, I think this is a bit of a shame. I like Remy Savage, and I've mentioned him a few times on streams. One of our members, Demo Dre 9, also knows about Remy Savage, and he rates him quite highly as well. For someone as versatile as a player like Remy Savage, I thought we would have tried to keep in the academy at least, and maybe try to bed in a little bit over the course of the next season or two. But at the same time, you have to rate what Remy Savage is doing. He wants to go and further his career, and he thinks that Newcastle is the place to do that. So look, if he does leave, he gets nothing but blessings for me, and all the best to Remy Savage. It would have been nice to keep him, but at the same time, if you want to go and play regular football, or play more regular football than he would get at Liverpool, then hats off to him. It's a bold move, and hopefully it works out for him. And you never know, one day he could come back to Liverpool and be an established player for the club. So all the best to Remy Savage if he does move to Newcastle. Another player is Leighton Clarkson. So Leighton Clarkson, central midfielder for Liverpool Academy. He's been linked with a move to Blackburn on loan. I think we'll all remember that Harvey Elliott was on loan at Blackburn and really thrived there. Obviously, two different players, two different positions, but it seems as though Liverpool are building up a nice little relationship with Blackburn, and I think that bodes well for the future. I think it's good to have clubs in sort of the Championship that you're able to send players to, that you can loan out. They can gain experience as well as playing time in a tough, demanding league as well. Obviously, the quality between the Premier League and the Championship is great, but the intensity, the speed, and the pace of the game are quite similar. So I think it's a good bedding in process for some of these young players, and I think it's a good move for him and the club if it happens, and for Blackburn. And finally, people, Liverpool are apparently going to be playing a pre-season friendly against Osasuna. No date or venue has been confirmed yet, but apparently it's going to be played in the early days of August. So that is something we look forward to. Maybe I'm a sucker, maybe I'm old school, but I really do enjoy pre-season friendlies. I think it's a nice time to look at your squad, look at how the players are adapting to the system, any new players, how the old players are getting on, whether they still have that motivation, whether they've improved any skill sets in their game as well. So I'm a massive fan of pre-season friendlies, and I think the more the better. I think we struggled to get into a little bit of a stride last season. Even though we won our first few games, I think you didn't really see the best of us until sort of that November period, when we went on a nice little run and we finished top of the league, top of the table at Christmas. So I think the more pre-season friendlies, the better. The likes of Kanate and any other players we bring in, that will really help them settle in and bed in. So people, that is it from me for today. As always, don't forget to check out our merch. We've got 2 limited edition Allison t-shirts. Get you a man that can do both. We will be back later this evening with Kopish calling, where we look at the England-Scotland game as well. So until next time, people, please like, comment, subscribe. Support us, continue to support us, and we will see you soon. Take care, people. Thank you very much for watching.